today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made this Scorpio. Now, I made this as a hair accessory holder because I thought its claws were really good body parts for hanging things on. But of course, you don't have to use a Scorpio. So all you need to get started is the animal of your choice and the box of your choice. Now, I happen to have this wood block here just laying around, so I decided to use this. But you absolutely do not have to use a block like this. In fact, if you don't have one, you could use a gift box like this and just flip it over, take off the top and use the bottom of it, and we can go in through the bottom to secure the animal. Or if you don't have that, you can get a tissue box and you can take that, flip it over, and we can use the back of the tissue box. And we can go up through the hole underneath right there. Okay? So you get your box and your animal. And when I was playing with him here, I just realized he was a little too flat. I need him to be up like this. I need him to be propelled forward a little bit. And so I need to put something underneath him. And at first I thought maybe a bead, and then I thought, no, I have this tack that will act as like a nice seat for him to go right underneath. So now I'm just figuring out where am I gonna put this tack for him to sit on. Right here is where I decided, and I thought it was gonna go in a lot easier. So that was fun. Let's get the hammer. Yeah, okay, now we're in. So now I'm trying to figure out, I gotta secure this Scorpio down to this box because, you know, Scorpios, they're just always trying to run off. So we gotta lock them down. And I'm looking at his third leg here and I'm thinking that's probably about right, the area that I could secure him really well with a screw all the way through. And now I'm seeing, is that right? Yeah, about the third leg right in the middle, right there. So next I'm just gonna grab my drill and a small drill bit, and I'm just gonna make an incision in the Scorpio. I'm just making a small hole so that when I go in behind this with my bigger drill bit, the plastic will be that much easier to break through. Now I'm going to switch out drill bits and get a larger one, and I'm just going to make a bigger hole right through my Scorpio. Then I'm going to take the Scorpio, put him right on top of the box, and I'm going to run that drill bit right through that hole into the box so that I have a hole through the top of this box, just like this. So this next part is optional if you use the same type of box as me. Now, had I known I was going to make this, I would have bought a box that already had a open side to it, so I wouldn't have to make a hole in it. But because I just used whatever was laying around and I had this four-sided box, I need to make a hole in the bottom. And I use my Dremel tool to do that. So this next part you may or may not have to do depending on if you used a four-sided box or not. Hopefully you didn't, so you don't have to do this step. So now I just go and I wanted to paint it black. And next I'm going to paint the Scorpio, and I decided to use, this is my favorite silver spray paint. Now I decided to use silver because I'm using this as a hair tie accessory holder, and most hair ties are black, and I didn't want the hair ties to camouflage in with him. So of course you don't have to paint him silver, you could paint him black, the traditional color, or you could use any color you wanted. Now I'm going to take the Scorpio and the box. I'm going to take this really extra long screw. I'm going to push it all the way through. It's a little sticky now because of the paint. And I'm going to push it through the hole that we had pre-drilled earlier. And I'm going to just screw it in. Once I have this screwed down, I'm just going to push him down to where he's sitting at an angle. And he's kind of giving me a little trouble because you know how Scorpios do. Now that I got him there, I'm going to take this nut and I'm going to go in through my hole on the bottom and take this nut and just screw it on that extra long screw right there that's through the Scorpio. Then I just went ahead and I took some glue from the glue gun and I just wanted to glue him on his seat to make sure he is sitting nice and comfortably right there. His name's Scott, by the way. Scott the Scorpio. So now I'm just going to take this candle stand and I'm just going to glue this box directly on the candle stand with a glue gun. I want to give it some more height, and I also want to hide that giant hole that I had to cut in the bottom of this box earlier. And this is the perfect remedy to do that. And as I went through with the glue gun to glue these two things together, I realized this glue is somewhat exposed and I didn't want it to be visible at all. So I decided to get some black ribbon and right after just go over that glue with this black ribbon and another layer of glue just to conceal the glue so that you can't see it. It's not really visible when it's on the counter, but I know it's there, so I have to hide it. Now at this point you're probably thinking, we're done, or he's looking pretty good. And if this is good enough for you, then great. This next part is optional for you, okay? But for me personally, I was looking at him and I was falling flat, okay? It was too plain, and if there's one thing I loathe more than anything, it's when things are plain. Plain Jane is not a working actress in this house, okay? So I thought to myself, we gotta do something that, give it a punch. It needs a punch. It needs to live out loud. So how do I do that? What should I do to give him some zest? He needs glitter. And as I said, he looks pretty good, but I'm gonna take some Mod Podge or Elmer's glue, spread it on there and start sprinkling some glitter. Now, I painted the Scorpio silver, so if I just add silver glitter, then the silver's just gonna drown out. So I added some gold glitter in here as a base to give it some warmth and make that silver glitter really pop. And you can just mix them together as you go. There's no rules. Now I'm just gonna take some glue. I wanna hide this ugly screw right here. And if I had more time, I'd try to do something fancier, but I'm just gonna take a tack and cut the stem off of it. You can use any kind of pliers to cut the stem off. And I'm just gonna put that tack right on top of this screw to hide that ugly X that keeps looking at me. So, nothing crazy. That will do. And here's our final product. I'm very happy with the way he turned out. The glitter's a little chunky in some parts, but in person it doesn't look bad at all. Now let's test him out. Let's put it to the test. Perfect. The hair scrunchies are great for the big tail. And I anticipate these front claws being good for these smaller and thinner hair ties. And this is why I didn't want to paint him black, because I wanted you able to see the hair ties when you grab them. Now I thought his little vertebrae, is that what they're called? I don't know. Ribs? I don't know. What is this called? Do you know? Put it in the comments below if you do. I thought they'd be great for storing bobby pins. And I thought the legs would be great for clips. And the thing about this is that you don't have to use it to store hair accessories. You could use it to store anything that you want. My boyfriend wants me to make him one without glitter to use as a watch holder. But it could also be a good bookend on a bookshelf, or use for anything you want, really. It's going to my girl Gina for her birthday. I hope you will join me in my next video where we are going to take this cabinet drawer and turn it into a bracelet holder.